Okay, everybody, we have a tornado warning now for southwestern Montgomery County in Illinois. So until 1:45 p.m., severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So rotation with this near Taylor Springs, and it's moving northwest at about 5 miles an hour, very slowly. So again, southwestern Montgomery County in Illinois. We'll go ahead and zoom in here on the Doppler. And you can see, again, right around southwest, so it's south of Litchfield, and looks like Litchfield is not included in on that warning, but let's go ahead and stop that and put on the reflectivity, the velocity here. There we go. Just showing you that rotation. So the green, where the green meets red here, right in that warned storm, again, the possibility of a tornado, potential for a tornado is there. We haven't confirmed it yet, but it is radar indicated rotation. So you want to take cover, again, mainly in this just southwest of Hillsboro, and it's actually moving northwest at about 5 miles an hour. So it's not moving toward the Hillsboro area, but still you want to take cover in case it does change direction at any point in time. So again, southwestern portions of Montgomery County. Let's go ahead, and I see a little bit more here. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is joining us in just a second. But we're watching just southwest of Taylor Springs. This is where you would see that potential of a tornado. And again, we're watching not only Taylor Springs area, but Hillsboro, because it's just to your south and west. And again, the movement on this is northwest at about 5 miles an hour. So it's very close to Taylor Springs in Montgomery County, Illinois, till about 1:45 is that tornado warning as it moves northwest at about 5 miles an hour. So again, take cover in Hillsboro and Taylor Springs there. Radar indicated rotation. You can see where that red and green meet. And it looks like it's just to the west of Taylor Springs in that area. So if it's moving northwest, it will be approaching 16 just to the north. So Old Litchfield Road there, it looks like that's where the rotation is, right over that spot. And also Washville Trail.
Jeffrey, I'm on
Washville Trail. So again, southwest of Hillsboro and Taylor Springs in Montgomery County. A tornado warning in effect until 1:45 p.m. Radar indicated rotation on this, but you still want to take cover. No confirmation, excuse me, of a tornado at this point. And it's north of Walshville. So if it's moving northwest, you're good, but we're watching the movement here. These storms have been bubbling up, and some have been moving north and some more northeast, but this particular cell seems to be moving more northwest. So again, Taylor Springs and also Hillsboro. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is also joining us right now. Scotty?
Yeah. Well, you can hear me over there really well. We're getting ready to break in on TV.
Okay, so Scotty's going to break in on TV, and I'm staying on streaming here.
And you'll be able to hear me a little bit.
And so I will stop talking now. Gotcha.
Well, we've had some severe thunderstorms popping up across the area this afternoon, and our first tornado warning is storms have merged here up across portions of Montgomery County in Illinois. And so in this area, we have some circulations. The storms come together that created a circulation. And so if you're in this area here, southwest of Hillsboro, we are looking at that circulation right now. And you see where the tornado warning is. It does not include Litchfield. It doesn't include Hillsboro, but it's in this area here between Walshville and Hillsboro where we have that circulation showing up. This happened as the storms merged, and you can see you're not going to be able to see that tornado like you normally do in this type of situation. It's rain wrapped. So you're not going to be able to see it. It is embedded somewhere in the rain. And continuing to circle in this area here, that's Washville Trail and the old Litchfield Trail. Again, over very rural areas here, over into Montgomery County in Illinois, on the Illinois side. This is northeast of St. Louis. So Hillsborough, Illinois. If this circulation were to continue to drift your way, you could get into it. Usually these types of situations, it's a pretty quick scenario. We're pretty confident you will get some strong winds in the Hillsborough area with this severe thunderstorm. Most of Montgomery County, most of Macoupin County under severe thunderstorm warnings at this point, and then the tornado warning until 1:45 for that circulation here that continues to push. Jimmy, was it pushing to the northwest?
Northwest at about 5 miles an hour.
So it's really slow moving because the storms merge together. And so this is one of those scenarios where you've got motion, storm motion, that's a little more odd than what you normally would expect with a tornado. Plus the fact that it is pouring in this area, so it's a rain-wrapped, if it's hitting the ground, if there is a tornado, it's wrapped in rain and you're not going to be able to see it. So you do need to be in your safe place right now. In this area here, this rural part of Montgomery County, southwest of Hillsborough, off to the southeast of Litchfield. This is on Old Litchfield Trail, Old Quarry Trail there, the Washville Trail. Those are the roads that are in that area. If you're in this region, your safest place is inside, away from windows and doors. And if you have a basement, that is your best option. We're going to wear our shoes and we're going to head to our safe place. Again, this is what the radar looks like with that storm. And you see how messy it is. It's a drenching rain all the way from Litchfield to Hillsborough right now. And you're probably getting some 60 mile per hour or at least 50 to 60 mile per hour winds in and around the Hillsborough area, not associated with the circulation. That circulation moving more towards the northwest here. And it changes, the view changes based on what radar we're scanning it with, because we also have access to the Lincoln, Illinois radar as well as the St. Louis radar. So depending on which radar image we're scanning, that basically determines which way the green and the reds go to. But the bottom line is there's your circulation, very slow movement in there in the actual tornado itself due to these storms congealing together and the interaction between the storms. That's what's prompted this tornado warning, again, until 1:45 for this part of Montgomery County, a very rural area in Illinois. This is basically farm fields. You have some farmsteads here and there, but you don't have a lot much more than farm fields in these areas. The warning does not include Hillsborough. It doesn't include Taylor Springs. It doesn't include Litchfield or Washville. But basically, those are the areas that are surrounding the warning, where we have the tornado warning. And again, we're talking about that motion, that rotating motion in the middle of this storm, that circulation tightening up enough for the National Weather Service to issue a severe thunderstorm warning and then now a tornado warning for that area right now. So the circulation's there. 1:45 is the expiration time on this. It continues to move to the northwest, and that's probably a better view of that. Now, it looks like it may be a little bit broader than it was, but we definitely have that rotation. So it looks like we're scanning here from the Lincoln radar site. So we'll hold it here for a second. So Lincoln's up here to the north. The winds here are to the north, coming toward the radar. These are going away from the radar. So there's our circulation, and it's not moving very fast. So if there is a tornado, it is wrapped in that torrential rain, maybe even wrapped in hail right now. And if you're in that area, you need to be in your safe spot at this point. So we're staying inside, away from windows and doors. The gusty winds are approaching Hillsborough, probably already in Hillsborough right now. You also have some gusty winds on 55. This whole area, almost all of Macoupin County and all of Montgomery County, is under a severe thunderstorm warning. And then as these storms merged, we saw that rotation right in here. So Jimmy, zoom right into that. And what we'll talk about here, and we switched the radar, so now, we're still seeing the circulation still in there. It's still a reasonably broad circulation, but tight enough to warrant that tornado warning for this area. But again, it's in a very rural area here. That's Neimanville Trail here, Old Litchfield Trail, Old Quarry Trail. Highway 16 runs east and west from Litchfield over towards Hillsborough. And so part of that is included in this tornado warning. but that's where our circulation is here, pretty much around that old quarry trail, old Litchfield trail, and the farmsteads that are in that general vicinity right now. So this is the area of greatest concern. Now, having said that, some stronger winds outside of this. You've got the torrential rain and hail, too, ongoing with this storm system. So this is a dangerous storm system, and it's an amalgamation, if you will, of the severe thunderstorms that were ongoing, kind of joining together to create this circulation that we find here across our portion of Montgomery County in Illinois. This is east, mainly east of 55, the worst of it. Any circulation is east of Interstate 55 right now. Again, that tornado warning running for about another 10 minutes as we watch this circulation. Jimmy, can you kind of slide it a little bit to the north? Just kind of pull that down and we get another vantage point there. So here from Lincoln, we're still seeing the circulation there. Weather Service says it was moving at about 5 miles per hour or so. So if there is a tornado, it's not moving all that fast at this point. But you also see these brighter colors of greenish blue. That indicates some of the stronger winds, and that's in and around the Hillsborough area, maybe over towards Litchfield as well, as this activity continues. The whole area of thunderstorms continues to move to the north. Jimmy, let's put the reflectivity back on here so we can see just how massive this thunderstorm is. There's our tornado warning, but look at the storms here merging all across Macoupin County into Montgomery County, and that's your movement over the last hour. And yes, we've had thunderstorms around St. Louis. They have not been severe around St. Louis. Maybe a little bit of pea-size hail. In fact, we did have some pea-size hail reported out of Litchfield earlier, but when those storms kind of merged here, we had a couple of them come together across parts of Montgomery County. That created the circulation and that potential tornado radar indicated that continues to move to the northeast. So all of Montgomery County is still under a severe thunderstorm warning, most of Macoupin County as well, and with the wind potential there of 50 to 60 miles per hour, the potential for hail upwards of a quarter-size hail, you know, you should be inside, away from windows and doors through all of this. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with that too. That's the hail detection, and again, that's pushing up towards Highway 16, the greatest hail core right now, and this is moving off towards the north and northeast. So these are the areas with the severe thunderstorm warning, and then this polygon, very small polygon, a very small tornado warning for that one circulation that's showing up as the storms merged just to the southwest of Hillsborough. Again, Hillsborough and Litchfield are not in the tornado warning, but you are getting an intense thunderstorm for sure right now as this continues to move on towards the north. More thunderstorms are continuing to develop around the metro area. Those are not severe at this point, but we continue to monitor for trends here that some severe weather could develop. So right now, our tornado warning is for portions of the Montgomery County, and we'll broaden out this view, and that's really our area of concern at the moment. So severe thunderstorm warning here across Montgomery and Macoupin counties. So that's all along 55, and you know it's a big travel weekend. Everybody's already hitting the roads. Traffic's already a mess. This isn't going to help that. And then you have the tornado warning that is in effect here into southeastern portions or south central portions, if you will, of Montgomery County there in Illinois. So we're going to zoom in on that. And here, Jimmy, I'll pop this over. Just the area of greatest concern right now. Right in here. And it's hard to find that circulation because the storms, as they interact with each other, you know, we find that circulation kind of broadening at this point, and that becomes a problem to actually pinpoint where the tightest circulation might be. That's a broader circulation than it was earlier, which is a good thing because when you broaden out that circulation, it's just like if you remember back in science class, maybe you sat on the stool and they spun you around, your arms are out, and then when your arms come in, you spin faster. And that's the same sort of thing. When these circulations tighten up, that's when we have the greater concern that we're going to see a tornado pop out of that storm. But one tornado warning here, southwest of Hillsborough, southeast of Litchfield. It does include Highway 16. Again, a very rural area of Montgomery County in Illinois. And the entire area of Montgomery County and much of Macoupin County also looking at a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So those are the areas we continue to monitor at this point. We're not getting any reports of any damage. Have you seen anything, Jimmy?
No, the movement's still northwest of 5, and I haven't seen any updates or the trimming of this. So the movement is so slow, but you're close to this warning in Hillsborough, probably hearing the sirens in and around that area. But again, it's barely moving. As like Scotty said, those storms merge together, cause a rotation. And now just watching this as it moves very slowly northwest, which is very rare.
Yeah.
At about 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, so the circulation was actually moving to the northwest. The storms are moving to the northeast, although the western side of this is moving more east than northeast. So we're still looking at the potential of additional storm mergers. And anytime you have severe thunderstorms or even strong storms, when they merge together, they interact. And each individual storm has its own properties and its own wind flow. And when they can interact together, sometimes they are able to create spinning motion and able to ingest some rotation. And that's when you see that potential of circulations and potential for tornadoes. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning includes Nokomis up to Raymond, up to Farmersville. It includes Carlinville. It includes Beneld. It includes Litchfield. But the tornado warning does not include Litchfield, nor does it include Hillsborough. It's a very small area here along Highway 16 and just south of there, mainly farm fields, and the circulation was moving very slowly. That area where the storms, while the storms themselves are moving pretty quickly, the circulation tended to not move as fast as it came together with the storms interacting. So as we look at this now, we still see a bit of rotation there, but the rotation doesn't seem to be nearly as tight as it was. And actually, the broad rotation's kind of drifting back now towards that Litchfield area. So the tornado warning's in effect until 1:45, which is coming up in about 5 minutes here. And we'll see what happens when with this as we go through the next few minutes, but it sure looks like the circulation has broadened out somewhat on this, which is a good thing. There's still some broad rotation, which you get in severe thunderstorms. That's not uncommon in severe thunderstorms. Broad rotation, it's when it tightens and becomes very close together that you get that dangerous twisting of the wind and you can have problems. This may be an indication of things to come this afternoon. Certainly on the severe thunderstorm threat, that's there. Hail is a potential this afternoon. Gusty winds, and some of those winds could be twisting gusty winds and create some quick tornadoes across the region. It's not out of the question. We're still waiting on the Storm Prediction Center. They've talked about issuing a watch, not sure exactly where it's going to be or how long for. One thing that may happen with these storms, though, is they may impact the ability of the actual cold front later this evening to create stronger storms for us, which that would be a good thing. But again, right now, severe thunderstorm warning here across much of Macoupin County. Interstate 55, I'd pull off at that rest stop and just hang loose around Litchfield for this, just while we wait for this storm to pass through, because it's not pleasant driving. You have at least some pea-sized hail in here. And again, that circulation with the tornado warning for Montgomery County.
And a little update too, Scotty. So
yes.
The tornado warned storm not looking nearly as impressive like we've been talking about. And so it will be allowed to expire shortly.
Okay, so they're going to expire that. And they are getting heavy rain here. That heavy rain, this is torrential rain falling over, areas. Even though we've had a couple of days to dry out a bit, we're still in that scenario where the ground is wetter than it has been, once we're past this drought now. So the potential is certainly there where we could have some at least minor flooding, if not a little more. So we may shift that concern, because you still have a lot of pea-size hail in here. You still have some gusty winds, but the tornado threat, the imminent tornado threat, seems to be diminishing at this point, because those cells have now merged. But it does look like there's another hail core just to the southwest of Litchfield trying to go up, and just to the south of Litchfield too. So that, of course, rolling right along Interstate 55 will cause some additional problems. So the tornado threat seems to have diminished at this point. The severe thunderstorm warning in effect for all of Macoupin County into Montgomery County, or most of Macoupin County, the eastern and southeastern portions of Macoupin County. Once you get the back edge of that storm through, then we tend to see that threat diminish quite a bit. That goes until 2 o'clock. The tornado warning is expiring now. That's going to be allowed to expire here. And Jimmy, why don't we broaden it back out to that view with the reflectivity, and then going to the home view there. And yeah, that's good. Here's where we're looking at, additional development around St. Louis. And some of these may have some pea-size hail too with them as they bubble up. And then there's more development up to the north and out to the west. Now, the cold front is still way out to our west. So it has some more time before it gets here. It won't come through until later on this evening. But we'll continue to monitor these storms, the tornado warning expiring here, and the threat no longer there for a tornado across Montgomery County in Illinois. Your 5 on your side Weather First team will stay on top of things this afternoon. We have the stream going on ksdk.com. Make sure you have several ways to get weather. This is the first round weather information. This is the first round of storms we'll be looking at today. More could happen this evening, and then there's a better chance for severe weather as we head into late Saturday night, towards daybreak Sunday and Sunday morning, and perhaps again Sunday night. For now, we'll send it back to regular programming.
The thunder, the lightning, and let's put the lightning indicator on here, and has been intense. And also the very heavy rain, right up 55. You wouldn't want to be driving through that heavy rain that continues to fall around Litchfield and Shaw's Point up to Verdon. So this area here, again, that tornado warning, it's interesting that the cells kind of merged together, caused a little bit of spin, and the movement of that cell, that spin kind of went right over Litchfield, but the rotation broadened quite a bit as that happened. So we're not getting any reports that there was a confirmation of a tornado, just a really good couplet there of rotation that showed up just to the west of Hillsborough, and that rolled right over really the Litchfield area. So we'll always interrupt, of course, if a tornado is imminent, and it looked like at that point that warning continued on until about 1:45. All right, so severe thunderstorm warning continues all the way until 2 o'clock here. So we've got a few more minutes for Macoupin County and also Montgomery County. Heavy rain, a lot of lightning and thunder. That's where the most intense cells have been, and we'll continue to watch these cells even around St. Louis. Let's zoom into this one here. So right along in the Cahokia Heights area, that's some heavy rain, a little bit of lightning with that, not too much.
And Jimmy, a flash flood warning now for that area of Macoupin and Montgomery counties.
Well, that makes total sense. Scotty just said flash flood warning. I'm going to zoom in there and look at that. Yeah, flash flood warning, it makes sense because this intense area of not only lightning but extremely heavy rainfall continues in this area. So flash flood warning, and I'll read that for everybody in Macoupin County and Montgomery County in Illinois. And that goes until 7:45 p.m. So Doppler weather radar indicated thunderstorms producing this heavy rain, which we've seen 1 to 2 inches of rain already fallen here, and it's ongoing. We're not seeing this letting up, but a flash flood warning caused by thunderstorms that'll continue until at least 7:45. So flash flooding of small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as poor drainage areas, low-lying areas. Flash flood warning again all the way through 7:45 p.m. So some locations that will be experiencing some of this include Litchfield and Hillsborough and Carlinville and Staunton and Verdon. Also Girard and Mount Olive and Bunker Hill, Raymond and Witt and White Oak and Farmersville and Taylor Springs and Coffeen. So again, a flash flood warning in these areas until 7:45 with that incredible heavy rain moving through. This does include Interstates 55 between exits 41 and 63. So that's a very large area of 65. And again, as the Weather Service always reminds us, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roadways. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles, and be aware of your surroundings and don't drive through flooded roadways. Again, flash flood warning. It's eastern Macoupin County in Illinois and most of Montgomery County in Illinois until 7:45 p.m. Still watching showers and storms even around Madison County in Illinois, Edwardsville to Hamel, moving up to Staunton. And then there's that cell that's just southeast of the city of St. Louis in Cahokia Heights. No warning on this, but heavy rain, a lot of lightning. Even around Belleville, there's been some rainfall. Washington, Missouri, you have a new cell that's popping up there. And then watching northern Gasconade County, it's just the way it is. We've had old outflow boundaries from rain-cooled air. They act like cold fronts from previous storms in the Midwest that have moved our way, settled upon our area, and that's why we've seen this real big flare-up of showers and thunderstorms in the region. Let's check Pike County. This seems to be ramping up quite a bit. Pike County, Missouri, Bowling Green, that area, all the way up to Frankfort. Showers and storms are beginning to really pop up there. Louisiana, you've got a lot of heavy rain and some lightning just to your south. Brand new, it looks like, severe thunderstorm warning just popped up. Yeah, so for extreme northwestern Greene County in Illinois, let's check out that warning here. That is for north central north central Calhoun County. So really it's that northern slither there, extreme northern Calhoun County, Illinois, northwestern Greene County, and then southeastern Pike County, and that's until 2:30. So severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles northeast of Bellevue, and that's definitely moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. You know, we've seen some of these cells move slowly. This is the fastest I've seen a cell move, northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So it's just about to push mainly into Greene County in Illinois. And the big threats on this, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. So any severe thunderstorm warnings that we've had have definitely been around a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. Nothing larger than that at this point. We are not seeing rotation in this, or at least enough to have a tornado tag on this, which is a little bit of good news. But again, very heavy rainfall, ponding on roadways, a lot of lightning. Whitehall, Root House, also Patterson and Hillview, Pearl and Beer Creek is in that severe thunderstorm warned area. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible and quarter-sized hail moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. Let's widen out this shot again and go back to that severe thunderstorm warning that continues for about 8 more minutes here, Macoupin County and also Montgomery County in Illinois. On top of that, you have a flash flood warning until 7:45 p.m. Look at the lightning detection. I'll take that off, and you can see that red in there. So all the way up 55, we're talking through Litchfield. It is pouring down rain. 1 to 2 inches of rain has fallen in this flash flood warned area, and more continues. It just keeps on developing over the same spot, and you can see the ignition point. It seems like it's been around Madison County, Illinois, and then it gets up into right around Macoupin County and Montgomery County, and just keeps on going. Then you get a break in western Macoupin County, and then you get into that severe thunderstorm cell in northwestern Greene County. Let's zoom in a little bit more here on that. And just a lot going on here. And let's go ahead. I wanted to check that hail core in this area. Yep, there it is. Well, let's put this into motion a little bit. So that hail, Patterson, you've seen it. Some of it's rolled through, but this blue spot right there, that's probably that quarter-sized hail that we're seeing. And it's now just moving into extreme northeastern Calhoun County in Illinois. And it's moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So it's going to be rolling right into Hillview and also Patterson. So if that hail core stays together, that's what can cause that damage, a quarter-sized hail, as it rolls northeast at about 30 miles an hour. We'll put the reflectivity back on here and put it into motion. Widen out the shot, and you can see most of the activity has been in extreme northern portions of our area, really hit hard. Then we're seeing those spotty cells all over the metro. So we've seen it in North County, now a new cell popping up east of Creve Coeur, also north of Bridgeton, and then right up, really approaching the Florissant area. And I used to live right on Shackelford Road there. It looks like it's going right on Shackelford. Just some heavy rain, and that's not severe, but we'll watch to see these cells because they get intense pretty quickly. Right through Washington, Missouri, also a new cell popping up, and northern Gasconade County. So watching for Morrison and also just to the west of Herman, but it really is rolling right over the city of Gasconade. So that's a pretty heavy rain right now, and likely some lightning and thunder with that. But let's go through these warnings again. That intense rainfall, a lot of lightning. Litchfield, you're included in on that. Right up Interstate 55, Staunton, you have that flash flood warning, and that goes all the way up to most of eastern Macoupin County. Carlinville, you're in on that, and Raymondville. Seeing that back edge of that really heavy rain, just about to push out of Carlinville. Let's zoom in a little bit more there. And you can see, we like to see this. We'd like to see that back edge of that rain is now pushing east. And so let's get it out of the Carlinville area. Verdon, you're seeing that heavy rain. Flash flood warning continues till 7:45. The severe thunderstorm warning will be allowed to expire here, it looks like, in about 5 more minutes in that area. So we've had possibility of seeing hail to quarter size, and also 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Same thing for northern Calhoun, northeastern Calhoun County, northwestern Greene County in Illinois. And that is until really about 2:30 on that one. I'll go ahead and put the question this mark here. There we go. Let's put it on 2:30 p.m. So again, a small slither at northeastern Calhoun County and also into Pike County, Illinois, and into Greene County, Missouri, Illinois, I should say. So Greene County, Illinois. So watching that cell as again moves on to the northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So that is about it for now. We'll continue to keep you posted throughout the afternoon and watch for any more development. Have several ways to get warnings, and keep it tuned to Channel 5. We'll keep you posted.